Hey all, this is Matt with Midnight Motorworks. Tonight we're going to be doing the timing belt, finally. This is the ASIN timing belt kit. It comes with a water pump, a timing belt, an idler pulley, and a tensioner pulley. Just a tensioner. We're going to be taking care of this, as well as the power steering pump belt and the serpentine belt and a couple other things too. And there's a reason why. Let me tell you. Okay, so basically, if I'm doing the timing belt on this car, there's a reason for that. It's because I don't have the maintenance records, and the car has over 200,000 miles. So that means that the timing belt could literally snap at any moment. And even worse, these Acura CLs, they have what's called an interference engine. So these engines, if they're out of time, even just a little bit, the engine is ruined. The valves, the pistons will hit the valves, and it will bend the valves, and it will be ruined. Your engine will basically be shot at that point. So, not wanting to ruin my brand new purchase, because that would be my luck, I figured we would just change the timing belt. And since we're going to be changing the timing belt, we might as well change a couple other belts while we're at it, since they are rubber as well, and they could just as easily fail. I don't have the records for when any of these belts were changed. One thing to note, I am using all Honda OEM parts. That's something that I've promised myself I'm gonna do. We're gonna restore this thing to factory, and we're gonna use OEM parts to do it. Now, that being said, other components that we're gonna put in this car while we're doing the timing belt. The power steering pump belt, we're gonna be changing that. We have this is the power steering pump belt. The serpentine belt, we're gonna be replacing that. Both these belts, by the way, have to come off to get to the timing belt. So we might as well be putting new ones in while we're at it, right? All right. So another important thing, once we get all the way down to the timing belt, I want to do the seals. So I got the camshaft seals. I believe these ones here are the camshaft seals. We're going to be changing those. And we're going to be doing the crankshaft seal as well. The reason being that these seals, they're rubber, right? And after so many 200,000 miles, they're almost guaranteed to be leaking. And if they leak and get oil on my timing belt, my new timing belt, that's going to compromise the belt. And what's the point in even putting a new belt in, you know? So I kind of am forced to do the seals while I'm at it. And since the timing belt kit comes with a water pump, and I'll be losing all my coolant when I change the water pump, I figured I might as well do a thermostat while I'm at it. Honda thermostat for the Acura CL as well. So there you have it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess, if you count the 2 different types of seals, and 5. That's 5 different jobs that we're going to be doing while we do the timing belt. They're all kind of related, you know. All these components can be done at the same time. And if your car has a lot of miles like mine, it kind of makes sense to do them together. So that's what we're going to be getting into. Stick around, and we'll see how it goes. Hey all, I wanted to give one quick explanation for why some of this car was already tore apart and you didn't get a chance to see any of that footage of me doing it. Remember, my previous phone was damaged at work, like completely destroyed, trashed, I think was the words that I used to describe it. But I lost the SIM card and everything, so I didn't get a chance to upload to the cloud. I was at work, and yeah, so like footage of me disassembling the motor mounts, the crankshaft pulley, and the shroud, the timing belt shroud. All of that stuff I lost. But I'll make it up to you guys. I'll get footage of me assembling that when I put it all back together again. Additionally, like the, I believe the serpentine belt, I didn't have footage of me disassembling that, or the power steering belt. But I will make it up to you guys, like I said. Anyways, I just wanted to give that little explanation, and without further ado, we're going to get into the actual timing belt job. All right, folks, we are back. And tonight we are going to be working on our timing belt. Now, I believe I showed you already the Anson timing belt here. And in order to actually get to turning the crank pulley, or the crank bolt rather, down here, this sucker right here, we need to take out the spark plugs, because the compression from the spark plugs is going to make that hard to turn. Now, that's why we have the bright light, and it's focused on these coils. I guess that's what they're called, that are covering up the spark plugs. Now, I got lucky, and I was able to find these rusty old Allen wrenches. And this one right here is the right size. Imagine that. I actually have the tool that I need. I don't have to go buy a freaking new one. Expensive new one. All right. Enough of my ranting. Let's actually do the job, huh? I've got the Allen wrench. Now, is it L wrench or Allen wrench? Now, I've always said Allen wrench, but lately I've been thinking maybe it's called an L wrench, right? You know, because it's shaped like an L. How about you guys let me know in the comments, because I honestly don't know, and I'm not going to look it up. I just refuse. Anyways, yeah, so this takes these off, and V6 engines, so we've got 6 of these suckers. Now I'm going to pull the spark plugs, and when I put spark plugs back in it, the other ones, by the way, are back here. They're such a pain to get to. But anyways, when I put spark plugs back in it, they're going to be new ones. You know how much new spark plugs cost for this old car? Guess. All right, I'll tell you. $25 a piece. Now, if I buy them online, like in bulk, I guess, buy all 6 of them, I could probably get them for, I think it was like $66. But that's the OEM spec, spark plugs. Why are they so much? All right, enough ranting. Let's get into it. All right, so we got our spark plug out. And how did we do it? Well, we used the Allen wrench, and then we used a 5/8 drive, socket, extension, and 5/8 5/8 socket. Yeah, and there it is. So one thing to note about these spark plugs, right? When you pull them out, take a look at them. Like mine, this spark plug's probably hasn't been pulled out in forever, right? But if you look, it's got some oil around it. It's not a very clean spark plug. Now, you might be saying, "Oh, why is that?" And I'll tell you, it's the same reason that it's leaking under the cam, where the cam shaft comes out, right? It's because those seals are bad. So my valve cover, it has seals in here too. Down in here, there's spark plug tube seals that come with a valve gasket set. So if I buy that valve gasket set, it should come with these as well. These seals for these spark plug tubes. So if you have an old Acura CL or any old Honda for that matter, V6, and it's got a lot of miles on it, and you're wondering where the oil's leaking, if you have a slow but steady leaks, consider there, and of course these shafts. They could be leaking out of this one, they could be leaking out of this one, and it could be leaking down there at that crankshaft, and all that gradual seeping adds up. And that could be where a lot of your oil is going if you have significant oil leaks. But these old Acuras with high miles on them, they tend to develop these leaks. So when I bought this car and I wanted to restore it, that was something I knew that was in the table for me. I knew that to get this thing to where I wanted it to be, performance upgrades and everything, to get it back to like a new state and to be able to do all that, it had to be in relatively good condition to begin with, and the car is for the most part, and B, it's not going to be too much work to get it going. And I looked into it, and it's going to be a lot of work, but it's doable, right? And this car it's not trashed. It's in fairly good shape. The motor, high miles though it is, with some maintenance, should last another 100,000, maybe more. These Hondas run for a long time. All right, let's do a quick rundown. We're halfway through the spark plug removal. So anyways, I just wanted to give a shout out to this little spark plug removal tool. It's got like a rubber thing down in there. Makes it really handy to grab a hold of these spark plugs because they're down in there. And they're a little oily too, so they kind of stick in there. Look at that. Look at the oil. Can you just see that? So you know then, you can certainly tell at this rate that there is oil leaking into the spark plug, area. It's getting past the valve cover gasket and into the spark plug's little center where it chills out, and it shouldn't be all covered in oil. Likewise, the timing belt should not be running in oil. That little drip down there in the crankshaft, it comes up to this pulley here, and it runs in that pulley, like the oil, and it just makes a mess. It makes a mess on the belt, and the belt's not supposed to get oil on it, and it's not supposed to run in oil. And who knows how long this belt's been doing that for. It could be a brand new belt, and it wouldn't matter. If it's been running in oil, it's basically compromised, from what I understand. I'm no Honda tech, but that's my understanding on it. Anyways, these three are out, and here, let's take a look at the actual spark plugs themselves, which, mind you, they are not OEM spec spark plugs. Someone cheaped out and bought the cheap ones. The auto lights. What are those? Is that the Advanced Auto brand? AutoZone. Maybe it's AutoZone. But look at the oil on these suckers, right? Lots of oil. Here, another one. So we know each of these valve covers has been, spark plug covers, seals, has been compromised. Finally got that one right. Forgive me, folks. It is, by the way, almost midnight at Midnight Motor Works. We do work late here. Don't think we don't. Anyways, the other three spark plugs are in the back, and when we get to those, I will make a note of it, and we will start turning the crankshaft. We're going to get it to top dead center, and I will explain what that means when we get there. All right. As always, guys, have a good one. Like, comment, subscribe.